So should we play more? Of course. Otherwise Joe will get mad. Which I like though. So we always play the Winawer French. So let's try and move quickly in the opening. Is he going for 92? He's usually going e5 these days. And I'm playing this line a lot here. Knight f5. He's gonna go knight f3. No, h4. Sorry, h4. I go here. And let's see. He goes rook b1, I think. No, he has to go bishop d2. And after queen a4, he goes rook b1. So h5 now. Let's see. b6, rook h4, bishop a6. I think I go here. I'm trying to remember a line that was recommended by Emmanuel Burke in a recent book. I think I have to take. I mean, g6. It's too weakening. Can I play bishop a6 immediately? No, I have to take. Rook h4. Okay, the rook is not protected. I can play knight f5 if I want. First, that was a weird move. Start with this. Attack this. I actually forgot about d takes c5, which is funny because the blunder happened exactly as he spoke. I should have played bishop a6. So he found a way to, but that's what he does, you know. He's losing a game and then he starts talking during the game to disturb me. Cheap tactic. So let's see, should we take on f1 now or do something else? Knight h4. If I take here, he takes on f5. Come back. Well, I mean the diagonal should cut for something. Really? Really? Okay, we come back. And taking with a pawn and queen h5, so probably have to go here. Now we're threatening on e5. Queen h5. He's not threatening anything. Knight d7 maybe. Rook f6, and I can take on e5. And if nothing else, I can castle. I have no clue what the pawn count is. Now my mouse is not working. Okay, he wants to play rook f6 really bad. Like really bad. I will try to trick him though. The thing is, if rook f6, can I play queen takes e5? Check. And if knight takes e5, rook g1, mate. Okay, he's surviving for now, but can I do it still? No. But what about knight takes e5? No, he has a d2 square now, so. And if I castle queenside, queen takes f7. Okay, I have 42 seconds though. That's the key thing here. d4, is that a move? Let's see what it takes with. It takes with a pawn, queen c4 might be dangerous. That's what I'm hoping. But maybe you can just castle and everything's fine. So that's a bit of a desperate move here for me. Let's go here. Yeah, the main problem is I'm not really threatening anything. Okay, right now I'm threatening queen takes c3 actually. So king there. Let's hope we have something here. e6, then I can castle queenside. So I'm hoping I have counterplay. In some lines I have knight b3 check. This should be good for me. Knight b3 check. Ah, okay. He has to be careful now. Has to be really, really careful. I have this. And check. And then rook. Bishop d3. This one. Yeah. And rook takes a1. So that was a nice tactic, I think I found. Queen there, I take. And he resigns. Nice one, man. That was a nice one. Ah, Joey left. Ah, I didn't left. He didn't leave. That was a nice game. I mean, I blundered there, but found some active blitz counterplay, definitely. I'm wondering if we should play again. Man, my leg hurts. Probably from running today, I don't know. Well, the first one we could look at. Okay, actually, I'm going to have a look at this one. I'm actually going to have a look at this one. If my mouse works at all. Okay. So we actually played plenty of games, and yeah, most of them are the Winawer variation. He's also got knight e2. That's also a line in place. But he went for e5 right now. c5, knight e7. So everything's. We played like this before. Usually he has gone actually rook b1 here, which is an interesting move, which forces either c4 or queen takes a3. And at first I was playing c4, which is probably fine, but I was also experimenting with queen takes a3, which I think I saw in a French repertoire book by Emmanuel Berg from Sweden. And Emmanuel Berg is actually somebody whose games I like to look at. He has some really nice games in the French, so definitely one of the guys I want to be checking out, and I recommend if you're playing it yourself. But this time he played h5, I played b6, h6, I took, and he surprised me here with rook h4. And I think knight f5 was maybe not the best move. Just play bishop a6 immediately. Just like in the first game, I feel like I'm doing quite well here. If you allow this, then black is usually doing quite fine. I mean, it's not winning, but I think black should be should have a nice Winawer. Thanks for the game. Vielen for chess. Should have a nice Winawer position. What we might do here. When if takes, we have an option. Take with the queen or the knight, most likely. And the knight, taking with the queen is also an option. So let's say take. I think just take with the knight. Although I'm not sure. So we can't take just on c5 yet because this is unprotected. So maybe the rook wants to be on f4. But now maybe we can take on d4. Also we can play knight g6. I'm not sure if this is the best way for white to play. Because we can kick the rook away from the fourth and then simply take the pawn on d4. So a bit of an experimental setup here by white. So knight f3 might be also an idea. And now the question is knight f5 or knight g6. Knight f5, rook f4, and now we take knight g6 should be fine also. And then we can rook takes h6. We can take on d4. We can castle queenside. Should be fine. But what happened in the game was knight f5 immediately. Rook f4. Bishop a6. Now I took on c5. Now the rook is protected, so now you can do this. There's a point here where he started to talk in the chat and complain about me being a time player in the other game, which was weird, you know, where I was just winning and planted the piece. But of course I played on that position. Bishop a6, d takes e5. But even still, the pawns are still equal actually. So let's see what happened. He went g4, took here, and maybe I overestimated having this bishop, because most likely he should castle queenside, and then maybe this bishop isn't that important. But let's see, f takes e6. If I take with a pawn, then queen h5 might be strong. So I took with the queen. Can't play rook f6 immediately because I take on e5. So he played queen h5, protecting the pawn. I played knight d7, eyeing this pawn and eyeing this pawn. Knight f3 and a rook g8, which I thought was a nice idea. And well, okay, you can't play rook f6. I thought he could play rook f6, maybe because I was thinking about knight c6 in some lines. But if it's my move here, what kind of a bad move can we make for white here, like this one? Then maybe knight takes e5, maybe even queen takes e5. Knight takes e5 should be sufficient because knight takes a give mate. So in that case should be doing fine. Instead he went bishop e3, which blocks the e file and gives the king the d2 square. So here I went d4, trying to get counterplay. On this diagonal he took with a knight, now queen c4, threatening this pawn. And maybe in some lines threatening queen f1 takes a1, not immediately because f7 is hanging. But if I can do something about it, then this can be a threat. He played king d2. Knight takes e5. Queen is still covering this. He played the aggressive move e6 like I thought he would. But now I had a good idea, which I think is actually quite nice. Knight b3. And now this is pinned. And he took it. If he doesn't take it, well, then he's just in a world of hurt. It should be mated. A king here is just made immediately. Well, king d1 also, so has to take it. But that allows queen b3 check. King c1, queen takes c3, and king d1 allows mate here, so nothing to be done really. So it gets mated. I was made in all variations, so don't see f1 instead of a1. And then we take on a1 with the rook, checkmate. Yeah, I mean, okay, quite a nice game, but once I put it in the computer, it's gonna probably give me a hard time. So let's not do that. Let's just enjoy this one for for what it was. Yeah, see you later.